Live from Waldo's Chicken and Beer, it's time for Trojan Talk with Trey Schaap on the Little Rock Trojans Radio Network. Tune in for all the Little Rock Trojans news, recaps, and updates. This broadcast is brought to you by Dillard's, Stevens, and Pepsi. Now, here's your host, Trey Schaap.
And welcome to another edition of Trojan Talk, live from Waldo's Chicken and Beer here in the Breckenridge Village off of 430 and Rodney Parham. We're joined by Little Rock Trojan Wrestling head coach Neil Arisman. Coach, it's March Madness, but you know what that means?
It's March Madness.
It's March Madness.
That's right.
That's exactly right. Cleveland, Ohio is where the Trojans are heading tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Bright and early. Going to run into a little bit of, well, I mean, it's already cold down here. We had a cold snap here. I guess you're kind of getting you ready for what you're going to go into. Cold and snowy up there. Good thing the mats are inside, right?
Yeah, that's right. And even if they were out, we'd still scrap. So.
Oh, I'm sure you would. Let's go back and talk about, first off, how the Pac-12 championships went down out in California.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great event. We finished. We had 3 champs, took second. We had 7 in the finals out of 10. Really looking at where we started the year, I think that's a pretty big feat for us. And we were right there. Really kind of 1-2 matches away from flipping the tournament in our favor and taking home the tournament title.
So maybe didn't meet expectations, or right there on the cusp of meeting your expectations?
I think we were above expectations.
Okay.
I think we wrestled above our seed a lot of weights and, did things on paper maybe we weren't supposed to. And so that was, that's always good to see at the end of the year. You want to see guys improving and, guys that maybe been out of the lineup for a while with injuries showed back up and wrestled hard and did well. So you're always looking for that improvement at the end of the year.
No doubt about that. Besides the 4 that are here tonight that we're going to talk to and that are moving on to Cleveland and representing Little Rock and the Trojans, who are some others that really stepped up and were just almost there to earn a trip to Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Cooper, our 133-pounder, he made the finals. He beat a guy he hadn't beaten in the semis to make the finals. Come a long ways, just candidly, he had a losing record going into the tournament and found his way in the finals, and that's definitely one thing. I felt like Gunnar Holland, wrestled well. He'd been out, had a kind of a major surgery. Didn't really know where he was going to be mentally or physically, but he'd been training well, and so it was good to see him make the finals. And then our heavyweight Michael Gasper, he ended up being the number 1 seed. He found his way and made the finals.
Neil, I know that we talk all the time about those that are doing good and improving and trying to peak. You don't want to peak too soon. You want to try a peak at the right time. Do you feel like these 4 that you're going to take to Cleveland are right there, or they're ready to peak this week? Yeah,
so I think that's a fantastic question. Number 1, yes. Number 2, we have put together a schedule in the way we train. You're kind of expected to compete at the highest level every single weekend. If you go look at our non-conference schedule alone, it was brutal from top to bottom, start to finish. Yes. And, I think we wrestled half the Big Ten and, several of the Big 12 schools. And these guys are so battle-tested that this is just going to be another day for them.
Yeah, you talk about who you wrestled. I mean, Ohio State, Missouri, Oklahoma State. I mean, it's the top of the tops when it comes to collegiate wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, we it's like Coach Hobby picked every top 10 team he could find and said, let's wrestle. And I loved it. And, I was grateful for the schedule, but it was definitely pretty tough.
It was pretty tough. What goes into making out that schedule, and how, when Coach Hobby is talking to other coaches, how does he make that schedule to where you guys are challenged?
Well, we're trying to project lineups, based on guys coming back, guys coming in, and you're looking at their lineup. You're kind of looking at the time of the year. Time of year is really important. And then, how do we want to wrestle? How do we want the season to go? We want to have some highs and some lows. We want to, be tough during a certain time of the period of the year, and that's really January. Like, January is probably the hardest year of the month for wrestling, and that's something that goes into building that schedule.
Let's talk about some of the guys that are here tonight. Stephen Little, 197-pound, the 3 seed for him. Boy, you got to like his chances. The most decorated Little Rock wrestler in program history.
Correct. He does deserve a big round of applause. Stephen, 197 pounds. He's 2-time All-American, for us already. And he's been nothing but spectacular since the day he stepped on campus. He showed this team that from an early age you can live right, train right, and you can win at a high level, even if you're 18 years old walking in the room.
Is he one of the leaders of this team?
He absolutely is a leader. He leads by his actions. He leads by, wrestling through a lot of tough situations, and he leads by winning.
Yeah, I mean, you look at him, he's already got a banner hanging inside of the Jack Stevens Center, and hopefully there's room on there. He can add some more to it this week in Cleveland.
That's true. If you've ever seen a 200-pound man change levels and look like a rocket, that's what he is. He comes out hard and fast.
I know if I were to be walking down Cleveland this week in a dark alley, I would want him beside me.
Well, I think in Cleveland as a whole, you don't want to be fighting a lot of people this weekend.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You don't want to go to Cleveland trying to pick a fight this weekend, do you?
That's right.
Who are some of the other teams that are going to be up there that might give you guys some competition?
All of them. It is I always make it equivalent to if you're making the basketball tournament, it's like starting in round 2. It is an incredibly hard thing to do is to make the NCAA tournament. Obviously, Penn State's picked to win it. Oklahoma State's picked to win, take second. Ohio State third. And we could bump heads with all of those guys right there.
Let's talk about Matty Bianchi. We had him on earlier in the season here, the 165-pounder, got the 8th seed, right about where you thought he would be?
Yeah, I didn't know if he'd fall anywhere between 6 and 8. I felt like that, that was a number he was going to fall to. But he had a tough conference, dropped one. But, my favorite part of that reaction was he wasn't too upset about himself. He's like, dang it, I let the team down, and that was his mentality. So it just really shows his selflessness and how he competes for more than just himself.
And Javion Jones, 157 pounds, 24 seed for him.
Yeah, Javon, he's a transfer, had a season-ending injury last year, came back. He really has protected our culture. He actually won our culture award after last year while being injured. And, the impact that he's brought to this team is just the beginning. He's going to stay around for a while after he graduates. And he's an impactful person in every part of his life. He brings a lot of joy, a lot of happiness to what we're doing.
Coach, what goes into that cultural award, and can you explain how he's able to win it? What qualities do they have to present to where they're able to win that?
Yeah, so we call it the Shield Award. We have a real shield, a real metal shield.
Oh, really?
And
is it heavy?
Yeah, it's fairly heavy. And, we call it the protector of everything Little Rock wrestling. And when it comes to training, he's always on time. He trains hard. He has a good attitude. When it comes to holding his teammates accountable, he is always telling them, hey, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. He's bringing young guys along with him, bringing them in late, bringing them in early, working with them after practice. He loves the sport. And we didn't think we could pick a better person than him last year.
Yeah, how about that? And then Brock Herman, 149-pounder, the 19 seed for the Little Rock Trojans.
That's right. Brock, he's exciting. He's fun. He can put you on your back out of nowhere, and he's explosive. It's really been fun watching him mature this year. He's worked through a lot of personal stuff, like a little match anxiety, and he's grown drastically throughout the year. He's dangerous, He can blow that bracket up real quick this weekend.
I remember when the Little Rock women's basketball team was playing in the NCAA tournament in Tallahassee, Florida. Mm-hmm. After they lost to Florida State, there was a group that got on a plane and went to Cleveland, Ohio, to the NCAA Championship Wrestling. And it was announced then that Little Rock was going to have wrestling.
That's right.
To go back to that time, Coach, to where we are today, did you ever think it would get to this?
I believed it would. There was times when you're sitting around going, I might be the only person in the room that believes me or Coach Javi. It's going to be a cool moment because I remember standing in the tunnel, and I was at North Carolina, and we just had our best team in probably 20 years. They announced it, and my wife texted me and said, that sounds like a job for you. And I had told my head coach 5 seconds before that sounds like a job for me. So It's gonna be pretty cool.
I think it is going to be pretty cool. Stick around. We're going to talk a little more NCAA Championship Wrestling with head Little Rock wrestling coach Neil Arisman live here on Trojan Talk from Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Stay with us.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
At Stevens, our philosophy is to invest every dollar as if it were our own. To seize opportunity, to anticipate rather than react, to deliver constant focus in an ever-changing world, and to pursue the objectives of our clients in order to help them reach their financial goals. A proven history of helping companies and individuals. Stevens, member NYSE SIPC.
Need a power boost after a serious workout? Stick with the original recovery drink. Highland Dairy's chocolate milk contains 13 essential nutrients, including protein and electrolytes, helping you build muscle and hydrate better than water. Our Chocolicious milk is perfect for building healthy bones in little ones and maintaining bone health in adults. It's chocolate milk with no artificial growth hormones, and it's locally made, so you know you're getting the best for your body. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Game Time Wraps, a company whose roots are firmly planted in Arkansas but has worldwide vision, is your source for vehicle and architectural graphics and is a leader in sports flooring, serving customers across the country. Game Time Wraps does everything from their home base right here in Central Arkansas. Call them today at 501-771-9727 or visit their website at GameTimeWraps.com.
Welcome back to Trojan Talk here at Waldo's Chicken and Beer in West Little Rock. We are at the corner of 430 and Rodney Pear and Breckenridge Village Shopping Center. Don't forget, while we say March Madness for wrestling, there is March Madness going on. It starts tomorrow, and you can watch the games here at Waldo's Chicken and Beer. And, oh, by the way, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day as well. So, Coach, I know you guys are traveling tomorrow. You're going to be wearing any green. I know the Trojans are maroon and silver, but you got to put some green on somewhere, right?
You know, I might wear some green underwear or something. How about
there
that?
You go. Yeah, something like that. We were talking before we went to break there about you had said you were standing in the tunnel, and it was announced that Little Rock was going to have wrestling, and you had told a coach, that sounds like a job for me, and your wife texted you 5 minutes later and said, that sounds like a job for you.
Yeah.
And now you guys are taking how many people to Cleveland, fan-wise, up there for support for this wrestling program?
You know, we sold somewhere north of 110 tickets.
Wow.
And then we have a couple fans that have suites that are 18 to 20 people. So I would imagine.
I know one person that probably has one of those.
Yeah. I imagine we probably have close to 130, 150 people going to be there.
What does that say about a mid-major school having that kind of support for wrestling?
It says we got stinking good fans.
Yeah.
All right. We got people that were able to see something that could be a niche and see something that could be special and bought into the vision and the message and said, I have no idea what's going on that mat, but I'm in. And I think that's been the coolest part. I mean, you got people sitting right here that have been here since day one. When I say day one, I'm saying match one, that said I'm in before we had a team. And that's the reason that we've been able to get this going.
And they sit right off of the circle.
That's right. They get sweat on them. They hear everything we say. They're addicted.
Some things they probably don't want to hear.
Things yeah, maybe. I mean, I say it how it is regardless of where we're at. So,
what is the plan for you and the Trojans to get to Cleveland? I know you guys are flying out tomorrow. And then once you get to Cleveland, what's the game plan before the first matches?
Yeah, so we like to go 2 days out, get a little acclimated. The thing about our athletes, they're traveling and trying to make weight. they're not traveling and staying full and hungry. They're thirsty, they're tired, they're hungry, they're a little cranky. And we got to get there. We got to get acclimated, and we got to put ourselves in position where we'll get there tomorrow. We'll get a workout in. We'll wake up Wednesday morning. We'll get a morning walk in, get our food. Our food's very planned out, very, very detailed. And then we'll get a workout Wednesday afternoon in the arena, get those butterflies, get those jitters going. And we wake up, we weigh in at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning, and we start wrestling at noon Eastern time.
Walking into that arena that first time on Wednesday, what do you think the emotions will be like?
I think that –
or does it ever get old?
I don't think it ever gets old for me. I mean, it's something that I love. I love the butterflies. I love your stomach turning a little bit, and I love the excitement. You get a boost of energy. It's like getting a shot in the arm when you walk in there, and there's potentially 22,000 people screaming either for you or against you, and I don't think you could ever get tired of that.
For those that are listening to this broadcast and want to watch and can't make it to Cleveland, how can they watch?
I believe at least from the quarterfinals on, it's all streamed on ESPN.
Okay.
I think the first 2 rounds might be as well.
Okay. Awesome. Is there a way that people can follow what you guys are doing? Obviously, I think Twitter is a good way, Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff. Yeah,
so we got a great social media team. Miss Brandy's going, so is Miss Ashley, and they're going to be there putting everything on social media, Facebook, X, and Instagram. We'll have live updates, and then you can also catch it on ESPN, and then you can also catch it on Flow Wrestling or Track Wrestling.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. I would love to go sometime just to see it because I hear so many different things about it.
Be careful. We'll put you on the plane tomorrow.
Well, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, but I'm already on a plane going the other direction tomorrow to cover another team. But that's something that I think we need to work towards. We need to work towards going and following Little Rock Wrestling at the NCAA championships.
Well, I'll just tell you, like everybody else who's going, you go once, you're going every time. It is an incredible thing. Watching the blood round, which is the placing round, you have to actually wrestle and compete to be top 8. You don't just get a selection, and that makes you All-American status. Being there for that blood round, which is the semifinals, and then on the outside is do or die, place or don't place, and watching the emotions and the heartache and also the joy that goes back and forth. It's heart-wrenching, and it just really shows you the dedication of all the athletes. And with 22,000 people screaming, it's like nothing else you've ever experienced.
Coach, we've had high school wrestling in the state of Arkansas for quite some time, thanks to Greg Hatcher. And having a Division I program in the state of Arkansas, when you go out and recruit, they know about Little Rock, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's really stinking cool. Obviously thanks to Greg, but thanks to Lee more than Greg, because Greg wouldn't be able to make a decision without Lee. So, we definitely thank them. But being able to go to kids tournaments and high school tournaments and junior high tournaments and seeing them wear Little Rock gear and Little Rock singlets, like, that's a pretty stinking cool feeling because you really want your state to have your identity of how you wrestle. And they all say, I wrestle like a Little Rock Trojan. And we're surrounded by some really great programs that they've been following for a long time. And the fact that we're able to pull some of those kids away and take true Arkansans that want to be Little Rock Trojans, that's where it's at.
And it's also pretty cool, too, that the high school state championships are held inside of the Jack Stevens Center.
That's right. They can live out their dreams from when they're little all the way through college and Olympics right there in the Jack Stevens.
Do you feel like wrestling is becoming more popular inside the state of Arkansas?
It's definitely growing. We got some work to do. My staff and I and my guys, we all put a lot of effort into helping grow the state and helping get our message out. And it's definitely growing, but we got to do more work.
When it's all said and done, how do you think the Trojans are going to fare this week in Cleveland?
Well, this is I used to tell you how I think we're going to do in this and that, and it's a brutal, unforgiving tournament. I can tell you this much. They're going to show up, and they're going to compete with full heart, full effort, great attitude, and they're going to represent Little Rock and Arkansas really well.
Well, I know one thing is when you're traveling around, it's nice to have good kids that are respected They're well respected. Other people see that, and I think that's something that you should be proud of, and we as Little Rock Trojan fans should be proud of as well, because I know traveling with women's basketball, when we're on the road, we get compliments all the time. And I've talked to some people that have seen the wrestlers going through the airports or hotels. They see the same thing.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. We work hard at, building a full culture that's from top to bottom and, making full athletes.
In the words of Ray Tucker, here we go, Trojans, here we go.
Here we go.
Neil, good luck this week
Thank
up in
you.
Cleveland. All right, Trojan Talk. Back with more after this. We're going to talk to Stephen Little and Matty Bianchi next. Stay with us.
The future is not about a bond reaching maturity. The future is what my grandfather worked for. It's what my father carried on. It's my responsibility today. The future is my son's tomorrow. At the Stevens Private Client Group, we believe that our strength builds success, not only for us, but for our clients. Stevens, member NYSE, SIPC.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
And may I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
Did you know you can experience unlimited access to ArkansasOnline.com and premium sports content? That's right. Get news anytime, anywhere, including daily and breaking email newsletters sent directly to your inbox. Get access to archives, photo galleries, event calendars, and much more. Take advantage of a digital subscription today at ArkansasOnline.com and stay connected to the most reliable, up-to-date news anytime, anywhere.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Welcome back to Trojan Talk here at Waldo's Chicken and Beer. I am Trey Schaap. We are joined by Stephen Little and Matty Bianchi. They are heading it up to Cleveland, Ohio for the NCAA Wrestling Championships. And first, Stephen, most decorated wrestler in Little Rock history. When you hear that, what goes through your mind?
I love it, and it's great. I got to thank the team and the coaches for that.
You came to Little Rock. Why?
I've said it many times. I wasn't a blue chip coming out of high school, and I really liked the coaches and the facility and the guys when I came on my visit. So.
And Matty, you're from Wisconsin. Well, you got a nice little shiner there on the cheekbone.
That's
but
right.
Where did that happen at the Pac-12?
No, this happened,
Oh, you had that the first time you were here.
Yeah, I always get scratched on my face. They don't go away.
They just stay there. Yeah. You're excited to go back to Cleveland?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The first time I ever watched NCAAs in person was in Cleveland. Watched my older brother, Paul. That's when he was wrestling for NDSU. And when I was there, I just thought, man, how does anyone ever place at this thing or win a match? Just the level there is so fun to watch, and it's a great full circle moment that's where I'm going to be ending my last NCAAs.
When Coach talked about that blood round, when you win in that round, know that you're an All-American, what's that feeling like?
It's kind of I said in an interview, it's unbelievable but believable, because that's what you have to do to get there. And, all I could do was, hug my coaches, hug my brother. It was I was walking the tunnel after, and I just said to him, what just happened? It's just you just kept showing up, keep stepping on the mat, keep being consistent, disciplining your matches, and at the end of the day, it was Friday night, and I was back at the hotel cutting weight to make it for the next day, so I was in a good mood.
Stephen, what about you? Same question.
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling, and they set the mats up in a dog bone, and my first time All-American, it was a nail biter, so I was really fired up after I got the takedown. And the second year, I kind of knew I had it locked up, so I was just grinning.
Grinning?
Yeah.
Just grinning while you were on the mat.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a picture of that. I bet that was pretty impressive. There's video? Yeah. I need to find that somewhere. I bet that's pretty impressive. What are your expectations this week heading up to Cleveland, Stephen?
I want to win it. I'm prepared the whole season. I got an injury during the middle of the season, but I'm back. I feel better. I'm mentally and physically prepared. So,
do you feel like that when you guys were running through your regular season schedule that it prepared you for what you're about to face this week?
Yes. I mean, Maddie could probably answer that better than me. Like I said, I was out for a while, so I got to watch the guys, and, I just stayed locked in the whole time.
All right, Maddie. Same question for you. I mean, you actually were able to wrestle against some of those teams and some of those guys. Do you feel like it prepared you for the championships this week?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, like Coach said, the RPI, I had number one, and he told me, you're built for this. And I think having those tough matches, I mean, some of my matches were a little closer than usual this year, but I think it gave some guys like thinking, oh, maybe that means I can get to them, but then they'd have the same result against me. And it kind of just showed that just being disciplined, and just getting the job done is going to get me to where I want to be. And I know when I go out there, it's going to be tough matches, and I've been doing it the whole season, and I'm excited to keep doing it because I love those tough matches. I mean, some people avoid them, and I feel like sometimes I go towards them, and I just love it, yeah.
I talked with you when you were here before, Maddie, about the fact that there's a banner hanging inside of the Jack Stevens Center, and there's a little room down there to put this year on it. Do you feel like it's going to be this year that you're going to be able to add another All-American year to that banner?
Yeah, I mean, God willing, just if I just stay the course and focus on one match at a time, I know what I'm capable as a wrestler. My coach believes in me, my team believes in me, and I just got to go out there and believe in myself when I go out there.
And, Stephen, what about you? I mean, to add a third All-American year, how impressive would that be, and how would that make you feel?
Great. I'd love for them to release it again, and uncover another one right underneath of it, and I'd be happy to see Maddie as well.
What are you guys majoring in?
Psychology.
What about you, Maddie?
Mass media.
Mass media. Hey, you're going to take my job one day.
Maybe.
Come on.
I love talking to people. I love doing this, and I even for my final school project, I got a podcast I've been doing where I just talk to other wrestlers and just get mindset. So I even had Parker Keckeisen, who's a national champ and a runner-up the year before, and I was asking for him for advice and stuff before this. So I've been having a lot of fun doing it.
What's the name of the podcast?
Mindset with Maddie.
Mindset with Maddie. MWM.
Yep, just wrestling niche, wrestling mindset, and just I've had a few of the coaches on and some wrestlers that I've known from the past, and it's been a lot of fun. I mean, it's just been helping me grow my wrestling and having fun and listen to other people's stories and stuff like that.
Have you had any teammates on?
Yeah, Steve was my first one.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that? What do you think about him, Stephen?
It was really good. It was pretty professional, and the school's got a podcast studio, so I mean, he had ads and everything. It was cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Steve's hard to make talk, so I knew it'd be a good challenge to get me going right away.
And you were able to get him talking. How about that? I mean, I'm trying to pull it out of him right now, and you're doing a great job. How about you interview him? Give him a couple questions right now. About this week. What do you want to know from Stephen about this week?
I kind of want to know what's his energy drink going to be like going to nationals and what kind of food he's going to want in between matches.
All right, there you go.
Probably an Alani and some Chipotle.
Chipotle. What's the meal at Chipotle?
Chicken, brown rice. I try to avoid beans or anything while I'm wrestling.
Yeah, I would think so.
And corn and stuff.
And corn?
Yeah.
I would think
I
so.
keep it light. So.
I mean, you could get the other guy away from you if you ate
true.
that,
Yeah,
that's probably a good thing. This trip, I mean, it takes hard work, dedication to be able to make this trip. What has been put in between you two to where you're able to make this trip to nationals? The tough times, the suffering, the early workouts.
I mean, it's kind of just what you always look forward to. Like when Steve All-American the first time, a lady asked him, our old media girl asked, how do you feel? And he just said, that was really hard. And I didn't know what he meant until I had to do it the next year. And it's just something you look forward to. I mean, it's going to be hard, but you want to be there, and that's what you want to do.
Well, Maddie, Steven, good luck. How about two more All-Americans? Would love to have you back after you win All-American. All right? Good luck in Cleveland.
Thank you.
Maddie Bianchi and Stephen Little will be joined by Javen Jones and Brock Herman coming up after this. Stay with us.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Strength is measured not by the number of accounts. Strength is placing value on relationships. It's having the vision and the guts to invest in growth. It's the commitment to responsibly manage your money. At Stevens, we believe that our strengths build success, not only for us, but for our clients. Stevens, member NYSE, SIPC.
Need a simple breakfast, lunch, or dinner for your family, team, or business? Proud sponsor and local owner-operator AJ Roller's Chick-fil-A restaurant at Markham University has you covered. From Chick-fil-A nuggets in mini trays, mac and cheese trays, to chocolate chunk cookie and chocolate fudge brownie trays. Order through the Chick-fil-A app or call the store. AJ's team will have breakfast, lunch, or dinner ready for you and your team in no time. And don't forget to pick up a gallon of their famous freshly made tea or freshly squeezed lemonade.
The Trojans have been dominating in the paint, but does it guarantee a win? We'll see, Peter.
Like how playing the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is a guaranteed win for students.
Huh?
Every ticket you buy in Arkansas funds scholarships. And since 2009, they've raised more than $1.5 billion for Arkansas students.
Wow. So no matter the score, that's a win for students. Back to the game.
That's right, folks. Playing the lottery is a big win for students and could be for you, too. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Welcome back to Trojan Talk here at Waldo's Chicken and Beer in West Little Rock. Joined now by Brock Herman and Javon Jones. I finally said it correct. I didn't have a pronunciation guide like I get when I'm doing a basketball game, but good to have you two. Y'all are both from Ohio, and Brock 30 minutes away from Cleveland, Javon a little bit closer. So what's it like heading back home for the NCAA championships? Javon, you go first. Stick that mic right up there. There you go. You got to talk into it.
It's kind of surreal, A few years ago, I thought about it. I was like, man, it'd be cool. I didn't know if I would actually get to this point because, earlier, but through some certain situations, circumstances, I end up having to getting this opportunity to be able to go back home to Ohio. So it's a really cool thing for me.
And Brock, Brock, what about you getting to go back home?
It's crazy. I mean, all my family gets to come, and it's my first NCAA tournament, so I'm excited.
And you two guys knew each other growing up. Did you guys wrestle growing up against each other?
No, so I'm a lot younger than him.
Okay.
He was actually my car rides to a lot of
He
practices.
was your car rides?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I met Brock first time I met him. He was in 6th grade. I was, I want to say, a freshman. So kind of just we were at practice, and one day he needed a ride home, and I gave him a ride home, and it kind of just became a simple. He rides with me home, and I just drop him off. It was on the way. So we wrestled at the same club.
Y'all still do that here in Little Rock? You ride with him. He's your driver.
We did when I first got here.
Yeah.
I actually lived with them in the summer. So
yeah. How about that? That's a pretty cool story.
Yep.
How exciting is it to know that you guys have a chance at the NCAA championships? I mean, your first time wrestling in an NCAA championship for both of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you get. It's very hard to get there, and I'm just excited, very grateful.
Javon, do you feel like the coaches have prepared you for what you're about to face this week in Cleveland?
100%, man. I think our training, competition, everything, I think we're prepared in the best way possible, you know. The year had some ups and downs, but I think when it came time, we were both ready and for the moment, you know. So I think this tournament, really, you get to show it, you know, the body of work you've done, but also everybody, when they get to this tournament, you're 0-0. Doesn't matter what seed you are, where you are in the bracket, you can get it done. You know, you just got to go out there and take it one match at a time, be in the moment of everything, and then just enjoy it.
Brock, I was talking with Coach Harrisman about trying to peak at the right time. Do you feel like you're right there ready to peak when you hit the mat?
110%. I'm ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yep.
What do you need to do between now and Thursday?
Stay focused. Keep telling myself I'm ready, and then when that whistle blows, I'm after it.
Is it good to know that you have the support not only of your family but over 100 Little Rock Trojan fans that are going to be inside the arena when you're out there fighting on the mat? I say fighting, but wrestling on the mat?
Oh, yeah, it's a big difference. I mean, just knowing you have people that can protect you, and just, yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Javon, same question for you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a blessing, you know, to get to have all your fans there, you know, family, friends, everything. So, I mean, you know, everybody who's in your corner, and you just go out there and perform, you know, be the best version of yourself out there. So, really, yeah.
You guys have worked all year for this. Wrestling against some of the competition that you already have this season, how did it prepare you for what you're going to face this week in Cleveland?
It's just the tough battles. Like, everyone's good there. So we had one of the toughest schedules. I think we did have the toughest schedules out of every team. So I think all four of us are ready to go.
Yeah, honestly, going off of that, I think, yeah, it shows Maddie's #1 in RPI for a reason. You know, we all had a tough schedule, and we all were able to push through it and persevere, you know, focus on the task at hand. I think over time, through the ups and downs, you get better at making adjustments and finding out what works and what you need to focus on doing more. So a lot of it, I think, now it's just you're ready for it. You know what's coming doesn't matter who, you're just ready for it. You're ready for anything and everything.
You two being from the state of Ohio, going back up there this week but wearing Little Rock across your chest, Little Rock Trojans. How does that feel?
It's amazing. I mean, I love it. I get to walk in there with Little Rock, and then I get to leave with Little Rock across my chest. So I'm very grateful to have that.
Javon?
Honestly, surreal. You know, you just kind of got to enjoy every part of it. You know, I think going in there knowing that your team is riding behind you, you're ready for it, you know.
If you come across someone when you're up in Cleveland and they want to know about Little Rock Wrestling, what is Little Rock Wrestling?
Grit. We're tough. We're ready for any battle. We're a family. So we come together as a group, and we're ready to go.
Javon, if there's someone that's teetering on where they want to go, and let's say Coach Harrisman has them on their radar, what would you say to them that could get them on the side to come to Little Rock?
The funny thing is I had this conversation with him. I tell him that coming to Little Rock, it's not going to be easy from the start. The training, what it takes. Little Rock, you have to be willing to focus and be good in the mundane and be ready to go in all of it, you know, whether it's ups or downs, and trusting your coaches and really growing your faith and believing in yourself. So I would tell them to just, if you do this, you're not going to regret it, but you got to really trust in the coaches, believe in yourself, and trust in God that you can get there.
What's it like, Javon, walking out of the Jack Stevens Center for a match, like let's say against Missouri this year? What's that feeling like?
Exciting. You know, you kind of I used to jog out, but then I wanted to enjoy walking out more.
So you walk a little slower?
I walk now, yeah. So I'd walk out to the center of the mat, kind of relax and just take it all in, because it's really cool to have your fans sitting around the mat and then have fans in the crowd. You know, that's a really cool experience, and not a lot of people get to experience that, where it's like you're wrestling and you can go off the edge and then you got fans sitting right there. You know, that's a really cool moment for, I think, a lot of guys. And me, last year having to be out and watch that, and then knowing I was going to have an opportunity to possibly be in that, was like I couldn't wait, man. I was really excited to do it.
Brock, has there ever come a time in a match where you're like trying to get your opponent into a lap of someone that is sitting around the circle, one of the Trojan fans, or they're going to protect you if you go into them, but are you trying to get one of your competitors into them?
Yeah, I mean, that's fun. Almost happened at Pac-12. Almost had to launch someone off the stage, but
you almost had to?
Yeah, he was walking me out, so can't let that happen.
No. All right, guys. Best of luck. You guys leave tomorrow.
Yep.
Heading up to Cleveland. It's cold here in Little Rock. It's going to be cold up there, so, hey, you're
Super
ready.
Cold. Super cold out there.
Best of luck. All right?
Thank you.
Represent Little Rock well.
Thank you.
Javon Jones and Brock Herman. We're back with more Trojan Talk after this. Stay with us.
The future is not about a bond reaching maturity. The future is what my grandfather worked for. It's what my father carried on. It's my responsibility today. The future is my son's tomorrow. At the Stevens Private Client Group, we believe that our strength builds success, not only for us, but for our clients. Stevens, member NYSE, SIPC.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Need a power boost after a serious workout? Stick with the original recovery drink. Highland Dairy's chocolate milk contains 13 essential nutrients, including protein and electrolytes, helping you build muscle and hydrate better than water. Our Chocolicious milk is perfect for building healthy bones in little ones and maintaining bone health in adults. It's chocolate milk with no artificial growth hormones, and it's locally made, so you know you're getting the best for your body. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
May I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
Welcome back to Trojan Talk here in West Little Rock at Waldo's Chicken and Beer. We're going to talk a little baseball now. Tomorrow, the Trojans take on Oral Roberts at Gary Hogan Field, 3 o'clock first pitch. And then on Wednesday as well, 3 o'clock first pitch, we're joined by Easton Rowe and Cade Smith. Easton outfielder, Cade Smith first baseman and a little outfielder. Both of you guys were not here last year. So why Little Rock?
I'll go. I think for me, it's just I like the coaching staff a lot. They had a great year last year. Obviously, they finished really well. And I think for me, it was just when I went on my visit, I knew I liked Coach Curry. I liked the staff, I liked the facilities, and everything like that. And so on the day of my visit, I committed.
And then, Easton, the fact that you are from Searcy, Arkansas, so just up the road, basically. So you kind of knew about the Little Rock Trojans, didn't you? But your path to Little Rock is a little different than some others.
Yeah, Little Rock was actually my first college offer. So talking to them at first was pretty awesome. And then, going to Arkansas freshman year was pretty cool. And then Harding last year. But just watching the success they had last year, talking to Coach Curry, Coach Parker, pretty awesome guys.
When you saw this team go down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and do what they did down there, did that make you want to be a part of that?
Absolutely. It was just fun to watch them compete, not be scared of the name on the jersey or anything like that. It just didn't matter. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day, Coach Curry likes to say. So,
when you were at Arkansas, did you guys play at the box, or were they in Fayetteville?
They came to
Fayetteville, so you haven't been to the box.
No, sir.
But you've heard all about it.
Definitely.
I think everybody's heard about what the box is like at night. Cade, why Little Rock? When they were making that run, were you tuned in, paying attention to it?
Oh, yeah. I was actually playing some summer baseball league games, but I was checking my phone in between innings, trying to see if they were winning, things like that, and just watching them compete was awesome.
Could you realize, they were this close, and I say this close. They were the last team to beat the national champions, and they had a lead, I believe, into the 6th inning of an elimination game. I mean, basically the regional final. If they would have won that game, they would have been on to the super regional. I mean, that would have been really impressive. What were you thinking when you were watching those games?
Just how mentally tough they were. After they struggled during the regular season a little bit, and then they caught fire, and they just played with a chip on their shoulder, and they knew they could be anybody at any time.
Easton, this year, the Trojans, let's take the weekend series, the fact that you guys have won 4 of the weekend series, and you're coming off of a win at Samford. What's it been like on the road this year for the Little Rock Trojans?
I think it's been starting with our pitching. Our weekend rotation's done really well this year so far. Just going out, getting a good game plan. Coach Curry always tells us about the team and how they are as a team and just preparing us really well in practice. It's just really helped us a lot.
I have completely got you guys backwards. I just figured it out. Cade is over there.
Me, yeah.
Easton's
Yes,
over
sir.
here.
Yes,
I mean, it's the curly hair that's throwing me off, although this one's a little more curly than that.
We get that a lot.
We get told we look alike, so.
The only thing is the mustache. If you had a mustache, I mean, y'all could pass as twins.
I appreciate that.
I'm serious.
I take a lot of pride in the mustache.
I saw y'all looking at each other when I'm asking questions. I'm like, okay, something's wrong here.
I was just going to roll with it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you want to we can keep rolling with it if we want to. How about this, Cade? Playing first base for Chris Curry and the Little Rock Trojans. What is that like?
That's Easton. He plays
Easton
first base.
plays first base.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think they do a great job. Coach Parker does a great job working with the infielders. It's just pretty consistent every single day. It's just hard work. Coach Parker stays on us, no days off, just holding us accountable at all times.
Cade, playing at Gary Hogan Field. What is that like? I mean, you got a brand new AstroTurf on the field, and it seems like when the wind's coming out of the south, the ball can fly out of that ballpark.
It definitely can. It's a launch pad, but just seeing the support the school has for us, getting that new turf was really awesome, and just it's super nice to know that they care about us that much, and it's just been really nice to play on. It's good for the shin splints too. So
good for the shin splints.
Yes, sir.
It's a little bit easier.
Definitely
on
it's
the
soft.
shins.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to collegiate baseball, can you break it down for me? What goes into it? I mean, practice, because right now you're in the middle of the season. You guys have 2 games this week, and then you go into a weekend series. And then spring break comes, but you guys are still here. You don't get a spring break. You're in the middle of the season. And speaking of middle of the season, when you guys go to Tennessee Tech this weekend, that starts the last time around Ohio Valley Conference play. What's been the build-up to OVC play this year?
I would say in the fall. It really started in August. The coaches immediately got us going, getting us in game shape, that type of thing. It was just constant, getting us ready, just practicing the things that we'd experienced during the season so our bodies are ready for it. It's a lot of games, but we're used to it because we've been going through it, scrimmaging 4 or 5 times in the fall.
What about for you?
Yeah, just like you said, the fall we did a lot of tough drills and weight workouts really help a lot, with the endurance on the field. It's just a grind playing 60 games potentially in a season, but it's something we've done our whole lives, just playing summer baseball growing up. You might play 5 games in one day, so.
What has been the talk with the team about what happened last year and try to where you get, because it starts on Friday at Tennessee Tech, the fact that it's Ohio Valley Conference play. Last year, they got some breaks. They got in, and then they had that magical run. Obviously, you would probably not want to be the 8th seed going in and have to win 5 games in 4 days. You want to be towards the top. And you guys are picked pretty high as well. What's the mindset going into this first weekend of Ohio Valley Conference play?
I think it's just to prove that it wasn't a fluke. I think this team is super, super talented, and I think that last year they showed everybody they can play with anybody on any given night, and we're not scared of anybody else who got a name on their chest. So I think it's just proving ourselves and what we know we are.
Do you feel like the non-conference schedule has gotten you guys prepared for the first OVC opener?
Definitely. Samford especially, Arkansas State just got ranked the top 25. They're a great program, Just like he said, all that same thing.
What was it like playing Arkansas State last week?
They were tough. I mean, they're a really good hitting team. They had a lot of the same arms that they pitched against Southern Miss to beat them with that we got to face, and we were just right there with them. It shows that we can hang with anybody.
When you look at the Ohio Valley Conference schedule this year, obviously on the road at Tennessee Tech, and then you come back home for Southern Indiana, and then Western Illinois, boy, that's a tough road trip. But how do you think it stacks up? Because towards the end, it's going to get really tough, right?
I mean, we're confident in our abilities, and I think the preparation we put in the fall, and we think we're growing every single day as a team, and I think we have the ability to beat anybody.
Easton Rowe and Cade Smith going to stick around for another segment. It's Trojan Talk here at Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Stay with us.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Arkansas Roundballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Strength is measured not by the number of accounts. Strength is placing value on relationships. It's having the vision and the guts to invest in growth. It's the commitment to responsibly manage your money. At Stevens, we believe that our strengths build success, not only for us, but for our clients. Stevens, member NYSE, SIPC.
Game Time Wraps, a company whose roots are firmly planted in Arkansas but has worldwide vision, is your source for vehicle and architectural graphics and is a leader in sports flooring, serving customers across the country. Game Time Wraps does everything from their home base right here in Central Arkansas. Call them today at 501-771-9727 or visit their website at GameTimeWraps.com.
Welcome back to Trojan Talk. Don't forget, we're here every Monday, and tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. It also is the beginning of March Madness, the NCAA tournament. First 4 games, so you have 2 games tomorrow. You can catch them all here at Waldo's Chicken and Beer. And then on Wednesday, more first 4 games, and then the real madness begins on Thursday. And, we can say it, the Arkansas Razorbacks are playing in the NCAA tournament. Hopefully the Trojans will be there next year, playing in the NCAA tournament, both on the men's and women's sides when it comes to basketball. There's a rich history with Little Rock basketball and playing in the NCAA tournament. And speaking of the NCAA tournament, Easton Rowe and Cade Smith hope to help the Trojans go back-to-back in the NCAA baseball tournament this year. I'll start with you, Easton. If you're able to do that, how would that feel?
I think it would feel like we just met our end goal. It started in August. Coach talked about wanting to get back to where we were. How, like I said, showing everybody it wasn't a fluke and just showing that we can consistently get there every single year.
Cade, you've seen Arkansas and growing up in the state. You know what it takes to get to Omaha. If you were able to help Little Rock get back into the NCAA tournament, how do you think you'll feel?
I think it's just something we expect at this point. We've worked really hard. We've got a really talented team, and I just think that we can do it 100%.
You guys went to Sanford over the weekend and a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series because the weather didn't get to you guys until you're probably on your way back, I believe. But the game on last Friday, a tough one, lost the first one, but then you guys rebounded and were able to win the next 2 and win the series. What went into this weekend series over in Sanford, and how were you guys able to pull out a victory? We'll start with you first, Cade.
I think we kind of just clicked as a team fully. We have 3 team goals, and we accomplished all 3 of them on the second 2 games. But the first game we played really well. We just left a couple pitches out there that could have went either way. So
And how about you, Easton, as well? Kind of the same question, but when you're in a situation where you lose that first game, does that change the mindset going into the Saturday game, knowing that, okay, we need to get this one so that we have a chance to win the series?
Yeah, and that's exactly what Coach Curry talked about. Is after we lost that first one, Coach Curry said we got to play with a chip on our shoulder. They're going to come out feeling good, and we were going to punch them in the mouth from the start.
What's it like playing for the Little Rock Trojans, having that across your chest? And I want to talk with you first, Cade, because you're an Arkansas guy, and having that Little Rock Trojans or Trojans across your chest and representing Little Rock and the state of Arkansas when you go like to Birmingham, Alabama and take on Sanford.
It's awesome being an in-state kid and watching a team your whole life growing up, just being from the state. It's a dream come true to play Division I baseball and go out and show somebody what you're capable of.
And then, Easton, you come from, junior college. So for you, being now at the Division I level, the trek to get here, put in the hard work, and now you're able to wear a D1 baseball jersey.
Yes, sir. I mean, ever since I was a kid, I just wanted to play Division I baseball, and then to play with Little Rock and Trojans across my chest is just super special, and I'm so grateful for it.
Is there anything better than a pinstripe uniform when it comes to baseball?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. All right, I have to ask this because I know there are some in the audience tonight. Major league team, favorite major league team?
Kansas City Royals.
Okay.
Atlanta Braves.
Okay, I can live with those two. I'm glad you didn't say St. Louis Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
And that might tell you who I'm a fan of right there.
Cubs.
There you go. Chicago Cubs. I love the pinstripe blues with the whites in Wrigley Field on a Friday afternoon at 1:20. It's about to go down. Expectations after college for you too? You want to try and play a little major but minor league ball, maybe some professional baseball in the cards?
Yeah, I definitely just want to try to play as long as I can. It's just a blessing to play as long as I have, and I just want to keep going as long as I can and as long as God's blessed me to play.
What about you, Cade?
Same thing. Just play until the game tells you can't, just play as hard as you can for as long as you can.
What's it like walking around campus if you have in school, on-campus classes and not everything online? What's it like walking around campus and having that LR and everybody recognizes he's a baseball player? They did something big last year.
Yeah, just kind of trying to represent the program as best you can, just having class respect for everybody.
Same thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of respecting the program.
When you guys are done here, and if there's someone out there that you could talk to, some kid, playing travel ball right now about why they should come and play for Coach Curry and be a Little Rock Trojan, what would you tell them?
I would say Coach Curry, Coach Parker, they're going to coach you hard. They're going to tell you how it is, and I think that's how it should be. Coach Curry's one of the best in the business. He was a AAA catcher, so he knows how to do everything. So
he played for the Iowa Cubs.
Yep.
So I know that. Didn't make it to the major leagues, but there's a guy that made it to the major leagues on the staff.
Yes, sir.
Evan Lee could throw the baseball. See, did you ever take batting practice off of him?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it tends to give me some troubles, but, when I struggle off him, I remember that big leaguer struggled off of him too, so it makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I would think so. Cade, what's it like going up against Evan when he's throwing batting practice?
I've actually known Evan for a couple of years. We used to do pitching lessons together, so just being able to have him as a coach is awesome, but, he hides the ball really well. You can see why he gets some outs.
All right, I have to ask this question. You got Oral Roberts, next two games. Looks like it might be a little chilly tomorrow afternoon, but then the weather is supposed to get really perfect before you guys head to Cookeville, Tennessee. Expectations for the Oral Roberts series before we hop into OVC play?
2 wins. Play hard and buy into our approach and what the coaches are telling us, and we should come away with 2 wins.
Cade, when you get that approach from Coach, what's the mindset when you go up to the plate? Is it something that Coach has already told you? Is it situational based on who's on base, how many outs there are, things like that?
Yeah, it definitely depends. We go up there with a game plan. They give us a great scouting report every game, just telling us what we would need to do, how they're going to pitch us, and then whatever the moment calls for. If there's runners on, score them. If you need to get on base, just get on base.
What's a game day like for you guys, let's say for a 3 o'clock first pitch?
Wake up, get a good breakfast, go get lunch, get to the field early and hit, and then take batting practice, stretch, that type of stuff, and scan report, and then play the game.
Cade, any superstitions that you have to do on game day?
Really, I wear the same sliding shorts every game. That's all.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. I hope they get washed in between.
Me too.
Okay, good. Cade Smith and Easton Rowe, part of the Little Rock baseball team here. Don't forget, you can get to Gary Hogan Field 3 o'clock tomorrow, 3 o'clock on Wednesday, and then they're on the road over the weekend, but they're back home next week. So long from Waldo's Chicken and Beer. This has been Trojan Talk. We're back here next Monday.
Thanks for listening to Trojan Talk, live from Waldo's Chicken and Beer. This broadcast was brought to you by Dillard's, Stevens, and Pepsi.